catering vehicles are on their way.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Microsoft's Flight Simulator. I'm Martin Wenzel. Hope you're having a good day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. Welcome to World Tour Flight 261 here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're in Guam at Antonio D. Juan Pack International Airport. We're going to be flying up to Majuro, Marshall Islands, actually down to kind of a little bit southeast. To Majuro in the Marshall Islands. Get our exact airport that we're flying to. Amata, Kabua International Airport in Majuro, Marshall Islands. We're on United Airlines Flight 2820 in the Boeing 737-800 from PMDG. Takeoff is going to be about 8 o'clock local time in sim. Real life, in real time, it's about 8:30 in the... Just about 9 o'clock probably in the evening out in Guam, but this is going to be a day flight for us. And if you're looking for any of the, got a few freeware airports here, upgrades for Guam and for the Marshall Islands. If you're looking for links for those are available on YouTube in the description. Otherwise, you can just search for them on flightsim.to. Is a great repository for mods. So let's get going on this flight. Looks like we have 1,600 miles per flight, about 4.5 hour flight. We're going to use some time acceleration and all that. We're getting catered right now. We have the fuel truck here. Let's get things going inside the plane. Using self-loading cargo, and pop that up quickly so you can see what's going on there. Right now we can see the aircraft is loading. We don't see the visuals of it with GSX because it's not really synced up, anything like that. We're going to have passenger boarding really soon. We have one more passenger waiting to check in. A little bit other stuff, checking underway, doors are open, all that stuff. Pop that on and off periodically. You guys kind of check out self-loading cargo, get a feel for that. Let's jump over here. We do have the ground power on, and we are going to start fueling. We've got the lavatory. Just make sure we get those toilets prepared. Alright, so up top we do have the battery on. Ground power is also on.
Go ahead. Hi there, just to let you know that we've started fueling the aircraft. We'll let you know as soon as it's completed. Roger.
Alright, we have ground power on my right flow sheet here. Down here, do our various tests, fault in up test. for the fault in APU detect, det, in-op lights on, overheat fire test, wheel well, engine 1 overheat, engine 2 overheat, and all 3 lit up red. Right over here, fire extinguisher test 1, 2, and while we're down here, we'll do the cargo test. Right, aft 1, fuel pump on. Wait for that low pressure light to extinguish.
Hi, Captain. We're ready to start boarding. Are we okay to begin?
Yes, you can start boarding.
Excellent. We'll get started then, and I'll let the rest of the crew know we're ready. It might take a few minutes for the passengers to start arriving, though. All stations, we're about to start boarding.
Okay, so I'm not going to do anything. We'll do GSX. That way we can get the, can at least see the cargo gate put on. I don't know if we'll see
Boarding requested.
passengers or not. Jetway doesn't work. You see the jetway guy. Jetway doesn't want to extend. Alright, continuing on. Manual gear extension.
Do you want to go through?
Door is closed.
Passengers boarding starting.
Emergency equipment checked. Circuit breakers checked. Cockpit voice recorder. Recorder. Talk. Test. Lock airspeed warning test. Stall warning test. So right here. Line. Test there. Heading and status. Leading edge devices, flaps, test on those lights. Everything else looks good up here. Get down into the FMC. Got passengers coming on. Let's can show this off. Here's the layout. You can see the lighting. We got full bright lighting. This actually changes colors as the lighting gets dimmer. You can see first class boarding first. We can click on passengers. See what they've got to say, how they're feeling, all that good stuff. Is there an extra bar there? Yeah, pretty cool. Lots of little goodies in here. Check out self-loading cargo again. It is a payware, but a lot of people already had it. It's just finally got this massive update. 1.6, version 1.6, and has added a lot of cool stuff and functionality. And it works really well with better with Flight Simulator than it used to. Alright, ident. Got the air rack to August 10th. And our position is Papa Golf Uniform Mike. Or which gate we have. Here. Of course, I forgot to get a line. This one. Oh, what's going on here? I'm messing everything up on this. Alright, back in here, go to the route, and at our origin, going to Papa Kilo Mike Juliet. Flight number 2820. And let's get our flight clearance.
Hagåtña clearance, United 2820, date 9, request clearance to Amata Kabua with information November.
United 2820, clear to Amata Kabua, runway 06 left, fly runway heading, climb and maintain flight level 350, squawk 6551.
cleared to Amata Kabua, runway 06 left, fly runway heading, climb and maintain flight level 350, score 6551, United 2820.
United 2820, red back correct, wind ready, contact Hagåtña ground, 121.9.
121.9, United 2820.
Okay, 6551 for the squawk. Next page, let's get the flight plan going. I don't know why I keep that. Alright, so we're going to Fathom first. We don't have a departure, going direct. Fathom. Then this one wants to go in. Bulgus, Perch, and Wazti. Alright, hit activate, execute, departure, runway 06. Shoot, hit the legs. There it is. Get our zero fuel weight is 54,194. Reserves 4.6. Cost index of 34. And we're cruising today at 350. Transition is 18,000. Let's look at the weather. 036. Negative 41 for top of climb.
Hello?
Hi there, Captain. All of the passengers are now on board.
We're still waiting on ground to send us up the load sheet.
Oh, they already got all
No
the passengers
problem.
on board.
I'll bring it to you as soon as they send it up. You still have time to do the welcome announcement. That should pass some of the time.
Good morning from the cockpit. This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you on board this morning's flight. I hope you're all well. We're currently preparing for departure up here in the cockpit, and once we're airborne, we'll be climbing to our cruise level of 35,000 feet. We hope to depart very shortly. We're not expecting any delays. The cabin crew will start securing the cabin once the aircraft has pushed back from the stand. As we make our way to the departure runway, please make sure you're seated and secured as they make their way around the aircraft. The weather is looking good, so it should be a nice, comfortable climb up to our cruise level. Once we're airborne, there shouldn't be any issue during our climb. It's a pretty straightforward departure out of the airport, so nothing to worry about there. It looks as though the en route winds are in our favor, so there shouldn't be any issue getting to our destination on time. However, we will keep you informed throughout the flight if that changes. The ground crew have finished loading the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, we'll be able to get going straight away. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the flight. Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that the aircraft is now fueled as requested. Roger.
Alright, so I just got all the performance data put in. We just got the call that we are fueled. We got a little bit more going on the loading. All the passengers are on board. We're just waiting on the load sheet for them to get that cargo loaded outside. Obviously, GSX is finished up already. So we'll go over here and disconnect field truck and the laboratory truck. I'll let those. Alright, you see we're having an issue with the aligning. Oh no, we're not. Line over here. So. Both on right. I need anything with the FMS. But you can see there is the instrument switch. Because for some reason it wasn't on. I don't know. I mean, this is the right one. I don't know if I did something. Oh. Back. Weird. Alright, I hope I didn't mess anything up too bad there. Alright, let's get our V2 speed in 156 up on the glare shield. Heading for our takeoff today is E3. Peace. Altitude 35,000. Flight directors on, master switch on the captain's side, and auto throttle armed. 35,000 here on the pressure, and we're at 300 for our landing altitude takeoff. Here. Window heat on. Hydraulic pumps all on. Emergency lights armed. Logo light on. Fuel pumps can come on. Turn those packs on. Get that air conditioning going. God damper on.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Loading has been completed. We're sending the load sheet up to you now. We'll contact you for pushback once you're closed up and the beacon light is switched on. Roger.
Alright, closing the doors.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Okay, here's the load sheet from ground. I've written the passenger count here, the crew count here, and a total number of souls, not including yourselves, here.
Thanks.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go whenever you're ready.
All right, I'll get the doors closed and we can get started.
No problem.
Alright, so we're just waiting on the doors to close. Alright, pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested 100%. Navigation, transfer, and display switches normal and auto. Actually, we're not normal. We're all on both on 2 for the VHF and the IRS. I think we just need it for the IRS. I got it for just for the IRS. Blaze auto, control panel normal, engine valve closed, bar valve closed, dimmed, crossfeed off, fuel pumps on. Pressurization mode selector auto, window heat on, flight instruments heading 63, altimeter 29.78, engine start levers cut off, and parking brake set. Doors all closed. I'd like to do a little pushback here pretty quick. Before start checklist, flight deck door closed and locked. Fuel 15.3 thousand kilos, pumps on, passenger signs auto, windows locked, MCP V2 156, heading 63, altitude 35,000, takeoff speeds V1 149, VR 150, And V2 156. Pre-flight completed. Rudder and aileron trim. Free and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Anti-collision light on.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Call me when you require pushback. Actually, we're all set to go now. Feel free to get connected. Roger. Ground tow is connecting. Roger.
We get our
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
here.
pushback.
I'm still navigating how to do use the GSX pushback along with the self-loading cargo audio and
Ground to
all
cockpit.
that.
Departure checks completed. Bypass
Go ahead.
inserted.
Just a reminder, if you're using software to track your virtual airline flights, you might want to start it now if you haven't already. Roger. Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Tow is connected. Release parking brakes when ready to push back. Roger.
Alright, so we're going to push back to the right.
Locking gear.
And we're expecting taxiway Kilo all the way to runway 6 left. Actually, what we'll do is we should move our car.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brake is off. We're ready to go.
Release parking brakes,
Roger.
please.
Tow is attached. Steering pin is inserted. Stand by while we start pushback.
Release parking brakes, commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, Captain. We're clear of the stand and you're free to start engines. Starting engine 2. Roger.
Start valve open, low oil pressure. I always have a low oil pressure. Looking for 25 on the N2. Flip our cutoff switch to idle.
Starting number 1. Roger.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety guard is
Please set parking brakes.
Please set your parking brake.
life jackets and brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace. Brace. There are 2 emergency exits.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Parking brake is set. Roger. Stand by. Please keep your parking brake on while we monitor engine startup and disconnect the tow.
Emergency
Okay, Captain. Looks like a good startup on all engines, and tow is disconnected. Nose wheel is free, so you're good to go. We'll get ourselves disconnected now, so have a safe flight. Look out for the pin on the right, and we'll see you next time.
Masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start mask. Put the mask over your nose and mouth, hold in place with the strap and pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others.
Okay, start switches to continuous.
Pull life jacket from under your
Ignition.
Unlocking gear.
Packs on.
around your waist. Click together and pull the
Generator 2, generator 1. Generator 1 on selection for the AC. And APU breathe off. Isolation valve auto. Probes on.
Tow truck disconnected.
Thanks
Bypass
for the
pin
help. Pin
removed.
on the right, and we'll see you next time.
Left is
And
clear.
APU off.
Right is clear.
We wish you a pleasant flight, and thank you for flying with self-raising product.
After start checklist, generators on, probe heat on, anti-ice off, isolation valve auto, engine start switches continuous, recall checked, auto brake, rejected takeoff, flight controls. Why don't I get the flight control? Flight controls checked, ground equipment clear.
Hi, Captain.
Sorry, can I call you back?
No problem.
Still trying to figure out where like the different call outs are.
Cabin crew, please take seats for takeoff.
Waiting to get taxi clearance.
Hagåtña ground, United 2820, request taxi.
United 2820, taxi to holding point 106 left via Kilo.
Taxi to holding point runway 06 left via Kilo, United 2820.
Okay, ready for taxi. Here we go. Okay, set in flaps 1. Before takeoff checklist. Flaps 1. Green light. Stabilizer trim. 5.5 units. Before takeoff checklist complete. long taxi. Definitely gonna have to use some time acceleration for sure. Since the, well, he's what, 19 months old now? No, 17. I think 17 months old. I can't do math. No, 19 months. That would be 19 months, right? The boy, co-pilot, he is, yeah, 19 months old. Yeah, 19 months. Like 12 months in a year. Or 7 months. He's 19 months old. He is all over the place. He's climbing on things, jumping off of things. We got his last swim session of the summer season. Last swim class morning. Leave at like 11, so we're gonna be leaving at 10:30. So I've got 4 hours max to get this flight done. Definitely not gonna take that long. We do have 3 hours 47 minutes for airtime there. We'll use some time acceleration. Probably go 4 times. Not a ton to see when you're going over the ocean. So.
United 2820, contact Hagåtña Tower 118.1.
118.1, United 2820.
Alright, landing lights on. Go to position and steady. TCAS the Tara and weather radar. TCAS fail. Yes, we have TCAS fail. Why you do a TCAS test? You can see right there it's failed. Cool.
TCAS test failed.
Well, I'm not sure what we do when we have a TCAS test fail like that. I've never had that. That's actually pretty interesting. I wonder. I'm gonna have to look that up and see like what procedures there are for that. I guess this is, I don't know if I have PMDG set to have random failures like that. I probably do. That's pretty cool actually. TCAS fail. We've had, or on the switch screens. We've got a few issues here. Obviously I believe probably in real life you would maybe abort the flight, or there's again procedures. We'll look, I'll see if I can find anything about a TCAS fail and what do we do. We are ready for departure though. In sim, not following procedures 100% there because we do have a TCAS fail there. Hey Vecchi, welcome in. Just about to line up on the runway. We do have a TCAS fail, so
line up runway 06 left, United 2820.
Gonna be a major deal since we don't have a ton of we're not flying in a high traffic area where TCAS is a big thing you need, but obviously, I believe probably real life procedure. You'd pull out the QNH and see what the heck you're supposed to do. TCAS fail. Can I have that? Yeah, there's on this plane, and I believe like the Phoenix probably has this. The fly-by-wire has a few things that you can have fail. I think PMDG. I think there's an option to have it turn off all failures. I don't know if I have like a certain level of failures on where randomly something will fail. I can't recall really anything happening. I actually have a few problems. You see I have an instrument switch here. I have the IRS. All my IRS is coming from the second the second panel. See that right there, both on the right, because for some reason not showing up on the normal. If I have it normal, here I'll show you. Well, normally you'd have it here, and you can see I'm having issues. Just using that switching, a little bit different than how it is on the Airbus. It's up here. You have the switching panels. But yeah, I actually have to use it, and we also have a TCAS fail. And I didn't do the TCAS test, but when you do the TCAS test, it pops up as a fail. So I don't know what I did wrong, or if I did anything wrong. We just have a failure. All right, we are ready for takeoff. Let's get going before the passengers start getting a little rowdy.
United 2820, wind 120 degrees at 4 knots, runway 0.
I didn't actually clear.
Cleared for takeoff.
Probably was because I wasn't all the way up to the runway. I was still in the threshold.
Cleared for takeoff. United 2820.
B1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
United 2820, contact Oakland Oceanic Center 118.4.
118.4. United 2820. Oakland Oceanic Center, United 2820, at 1,600, climbing flight level 350.
United 2820, radar contact, proceed direct profit, then as filed, continue climb flight level 350.
Proceed direct for tank, continue climb flight level 350, United 2820.
I'm having all kinds of issues, as you can see. We're well over speed. Really getting annoying because I don't have any autopilot now. Cool. Yeah, we just came out through the clouds there. I always love it when there's clouds because it really makes you feel that much more 3D. Yeah, so we're definitely over breaking the speed limit, so we're going to be getting dinged on that. Not exactly sure what we do here in this situation. Yeah.
United 2820. Proceed direct for climb, then as filed.
Proceed direct for climb. United 2820.
Alright, we might be returning to Guam here. I'm gonna try to find how we can deal with some of these issues. Kinds of issues with autopilot not working, and of course it's just perfect, right? We need autopilot if we're gonna be flying a long 4-hour flight with time acceleration. Okay, they've got all these waypoints telling us to go to, and we don't have any of those in our flight plan. Kind of weird.
Cabin crew, you're free to resume duties.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelts fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you exit. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted in the cabin. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today.
I forgot how to set up that auto queue. So that's actually something you can do in this one too.
You can also purchase a selection of
Okay, we don't have anything there.
We accept payments in cards, euros, most major currencies and other equipment payments.
Right now we're kind of just climbing out, but very, very lost on what to do here. Yeah, if I can't figure this out, we're probably just gonna have to turn around and return to the airport because, well, I mean, we could. Alright, so this is kind of a different flight than I was expecting, but let's check this out. I think there's
United 2820, proceed direct FAB, then as filed.
Proceed direct FAB, United 2820.
failures. Alright. So I think active none. So there's no failures active. Interesting.
However, you are reminded that for your safety, we do recommend that you remain seated with your belt fastened at all times in case of turbulence or any other potential incidents that could occur during the flight. Thank you.
So here's all the failures you could have, random stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes we will be starting the in-flight drink service. If you could please ensure all aisles are clear and bags are placed in the overhead lockers, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.
It's a little frustrating.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve our hot drinks menu. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items in the aisle. Thank you.
Trying to find anything about the autopilot not working. Yeah, we have no autopilot, and that makes it very difficult to do a long flight like we're doing here. Wild. This will be amazing if I can. Anything. Wild.
overhead lockers, it would be much appreciated. Thank
Absolutely
you.
wild. They won't have any clue. Yeah, I have no autopilot, and I'm literally looking through them, trying to find anything about it. Be really helpful.
United 2820, proceed direct copy, then as filed.
Well, the big thing too is that it's like, okay, we have,
Proceed direct copy.
there's some
United
issues
2820.
here that you can have, but
United
none of them are,
2820,
it
proceed
says there's
direct
nothing
file out,
active.
Then as filed.
Proceed direct phone out. United 2820.
No. That does. Nothing active, so. We'll have a TCAS fail though. So that's what's really getting me, is that I have no failures on, but I'm having TCAS fails, and I'm having issues with the plane, but really weird.
United 2820, proceed direct Axide, then as filed.
Proceed direct Axide. United 2820.
I clearly have auto throttle though, which is thing. Get moving. Why we're descending now. Yeah, no autopilot, so it's kind of a, do we keep going or do we turn around? Because, yeah, we got quite a bit of flight. I mean, this is a shorter flight. I would just go, hey, let's go land at the other airport. But it's like, yeah, we're probably just going to end up going back to, yeah, I have no, autopilot. And now we're just climbing like crazy. If we can trim this thing out, I suppose, but doesn't want to do anything. Got all kinds of issues going on in this flight. It's really weird. Now why are we going? Now we're, stop descending, come on. Fuck this auto. Jeez. Alright, we're turning around. Now the plane is just, it's losing it. Oh. Alright, seatbelt signs on. We're gonna way back. Yep, I guess we're gonna have an aborted flight here. We're not gonna be able to get out to the Marshall Islands. We're gonna have to turn around.
Hello.
Sorry for the intrusion. I was just wondering if you'd like a drink.
Yes, that's what I want.
Not at the moment, thanks.
No problem. If you change your mind, just give me a call.
Real pain when you don't have autopilot to do stuff.
United 2820, radar contact. Turn left heading 280, descend 3000, altimeter 2977.
Left heading 280, descend 3000, United 2820.
United 2820, expect visual approach, runway 06 right.
Expect visual approach, runway 06 right, United 2820.
United 2820, continue descent 1000, altimeter 2978.
Continue descent 1000, United 2820.
Right, I don't have any autopilots. This is a real pain in the butt. I know, do I want to drink? Like, really? Alright, let's see. I can probably turn that stuff off. I'm probably going to do that. So, there we go. Looking at our cabin management. We're going to go auto on this stuff. We're going to shut down the bathrooms, unfortunately. Because everyone needs to stay in their seat. We're on emergency here. Getting back to the airport. We should have just turned around right away. Because now we're a little bit of distance. As soon as we get on the at 280 course. This is self-loading cargo right here. Which has been out for years. I've used it back in X-Plane. It's been having a lot of difficulty with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it just came out 3 years in the working of update 1.6. So, alright, we can keep Wi-Fi on me. Toilets gonna go off there. In-flight services. I'm managing that. We're not gonna have any of that stuff. No food. Get down in your seats. Let's see.
Good morning once again from the cockpit. As you may have noticed, we've begun our descent.
Oh. Yeah, we begin our descent. Okay, calm down, guys. Calm down. No, I have no idea.
We should be arriving in around 20 minutes, depending on local air traffic, and I will shortly be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. Once that happens, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated, and you will be required to stay seated and secured until after landing. If you need to visit the toilet, it may be worth
it's
making your
payware.
way
I think it's
towards
about
one now.
$16 right now. Might be even a discount right now.
For now though, I will wish you a very good morning once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while once we've landed.
Yeah, very anxious. Should be very. Alright.
Hi.
Sorry, can I call you back?
No problem.
Alright, so we're looking for 280. Gonna head right back to Guam. Because we have no autopilot. Probably should have scrubbed it once we didn't have TCAS. I mean, just all kinds of issues on this. I have no idea. I usually don't have, I don't have any failures randomly on, so it's kind of weird that we had anything anyway. Yeah, bad flight. No. Okay. Actually, was like, hey, this is a bad flight. No, really? I think I want to be trying to figure out how to get... Alright, let's go in here so we have a little bit of a visual. Oh. Gotta kind of just... all kinds of crap here. And no, route. Nation is going to be... What happens when you have to... No autopilot. These bugs. Trying to trim this thing out. We're fine on fuel. Need to...
United 2820, fly heading 275.
Fly heading 275, United 2820.
Yeah, so probably should turn around right away so we don't try to fly so far, but is what it is. Hoping I can find something about it. Again, it's so weird because the PMDG plane does have failures that you can set up to be random and stuff. I don't have any active, yet I have a TCAS issue. I had an issue with the IRS. I mean, basically at that point I should have said, okay, let's reset everything. But yeah, autopilot probably being the biggest one. I mean, that's a big deal too.
Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts as we're expecting a little turbulence up ahead.
No.
Nothing to worry about, but purely a precaution in case it gets a little bumpy.
runways. Hear all the people asking for flight attendant. Putting these things in as a kind of reminder where we need to get to. We're on heading 275 right now. Trying to end of that quick. 151 miles out. Usually you start descending about 100. We're actually quite a ways down already. Level out here a little bit. Yeah, take it easy on me. I have no idea what I'm doing because I usually don't deal with these emergency things. And like I said, we should kind of flew out a little bit far. Should have turned around much sooner. But I guess this is kind of fun, kind of interesting. Doing all I can to try to trim this so we're not sinking, but maybe bleed off some speed. The problem is that we have all this fuel. I believe in real life we'd have to just kind of go into a holding pattern. Again, I don't want to sit, you know, if we do that, we'd probably do a time acceleration just to have that fun. But yeah, it's a little hard to do with holding with time acceleration when you don't have autopilot to do that hold, and so you're doing it manually. And yeah, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to burn off 3 hours of fuel. So yeah, gonna be a little heavy. Trying to figure out this speed thing, because it was at 181, now it's at 277. Man, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on. I know there is a way that you can do go around on. You can do this go around on self-loading cargo, but I don't think there's a way to do like emergency, like we're going back. No way for me to announce that. Sucks.
Hi, Captain.
How are things going?
We're ready for landing. The cabin is secure, and we're just keeping an eye on everyone.
I'll call you when you need to be seated.
Thanks.
Yeah, a little frustrating that we're sitting here at 10,000 feet and got about 100 miles to go. But yeah, trying to get this thing trimmed out. Finally got it set at around 10,000. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Alright, so let's get the mem key. We'll turn in and use, I don't know if we, well, I keep saying it's like we'll use the ILS, but we don't have any autopilot, so ILS doesn't really matter. I mean, you can still, I think we still can get the ILS, obviously, as the Q, visual Q, and that information is around 10.9. Final course is 63 degrees, which was our takeoff. Yeah, I've never had so many little failures. I've had issues with I've had issues with the autopilot not engaging, but it's because usually the yaw damper, I forgot to turn on the yaw damper. Or I've had issues with one of my screens. I've had it more often in this plane actually, but where one of the screens kind of doesn't want to work. And so we do that switching, but yeah, everything else, I mean, we got TCAS fail, we have the instrument, you know, the screens needed, and then yeah, no autopilot. Not get the autopilot to engage. I was planning on this being a nice easy flight, a little bit of time acceleration. Instead we're holding the stick and flying manually, and like I said, I waited a little bit too long to make that decision, so we ended up longer flight than necessary, going nowhere. Making our way back. Yeah, it doesn't even have like an autopilot, which is weird. Like, you'd think that'd be a failure. I even have the Q and H for RH for the 737, and I can't find anything about like autopilot just not working, refusing to engage. So I don't know what I did. If anyone knows, if anyone was watching this, hey, let me know.
Fly heading 280, United 2820.
So about 35 miles out, that's when we'll start landing again. Throw a fix in there for that mem key. Yeah, this will be very interesting. Well, this is the part, I mean, in here, I've always been interested in the failures and kind of the maintenance stuff. Maintenance, next service. I don't know how that works. Like, if it, obviously, I don't think I've even flown that many hours in the plane. But it'd be pretty cool. I need to read more about the PMDG because, you know, it is something I'm interested in doing more of, is having some more of these failures. Obviously, if they're failures that are part of the PMDG, are solvable, you know, in one way or another. In the KRA, I mean, you can see how much more in depth it can get, and kind of knowing what procedures are available. I mean, like I'm just searching the internet. Like, okay, what happens if the autopilot? What happens if I have a TCAS fault? What do I do? Seatbelt signs back on. Hey, Victoria. We are returning back to Guam. That's why if you actually pay attention, the plane for the overlay is going backwards. As we get further and further and further away, you can see the mileage. As we're going the opposite direction, we're going right back to where we took off. We flew a little bit too far. We're trying to figure out some problems. Probably should just abort it. Yeah, we probably should have taken off. And once we realized we couldn't get autopilot to engage, probably should have come back in right away. We've had some issues then with the auto throttle, was also losing it. Kind of did some, yeah. Passengers are not happy. Not the least of which is we have to return back to where we are. Back to our starting point. All right, we're going to start descending here.
Hi.
Sorry, can I call you back?
No problem.
Well, we're kind of in an emergency situation. I don't know if we declared an emergency really in this situation. It's just we're coming back, returning because we don't have autopilot. Possibly, probably if we were in a busy situation, we had to.
Right heading 285, United 2820.
They want us to fly, kind of fly over the airport. Yeah, I'm looking through the QRH for the 737. I'm looking through the index of non-normal checklists. I can't find anything about the TCAS.
United 2820, turn right
Or
heading 290.
autopilot not engaging. It's really weird.
Right
It's like all the problems I'm having, I can't find anything about them.
United 2820, turn right heading 295.
Right heading 295, United 2820.
United 2820, turn right heading 300.
Right heading 300, United 2820.
Basically, they want us to fly right. It's funny how the ATC is like, oh yeah, fly right to the airport and then do just land, drop on the runway. It's like, we do need to have a little bit of approach, so.
Right heading 305, United 2820.
That's why they keep telling us to turn, because we're right above the airport, but they want us to come in runway 6 right. You need to have a little bit of
right heading 315, United 2820.
Just a little bit of a...
United 2820, turn right heading 330.
Right heading 330, United 2820.
Alright, so we're going to have a lot of weight coming in here. See our gross weight, 66.1.
Turn left heading 260.
Left heading 260, United 2820.
Actually not too bad, all things considered.
United 2820,
all that fuel.
Turn left heading
Still actually
245.
Left heading 245, United 2820.
United 2820, turn left heading 220.
Left heading 220, United 2820.
United 2820.
Cabin crew,
Visual
please
approach
prepare the
at
cabin for
1000,
arrival.
Runway 06 right. Report runway in sight.
Cleared visual approach at 1000, runway 06 right. Report runway in sight. United 2820. United 2820, runway in sight.
No runway in sight. Don't lie to them.
United
Clouds.
2820. Contact Hagåtña Tower 118.1.
118.1. United 2820. Hagåtña Tower, United 2820, on final, 06 right.
United 2820, wind 150 degrees at 5 knots, clear to land 06 right.
Cleared to land, 06 right, United 2820.
No, I think there's a little bit of rain. I don't think, when we took off there wasn't much here. We're returning to the airport because we have no autopilot. We had a TCAS fail. We have IRS issues, and yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun here out in Guam. We got about, I want to say, probably 45 minutes out of Guam, and we were at our cruise, but just no autopilot. Oh, the Typhoon. I don't have the Typhoon. Only time I fly a Typhoon is in War Thunder. Okay, so we have a gross weight of 66,100. According to my calculator, we're still able to land, even with all this fuel on board. 737 actually doesn't have any way to dump fuel, so we would have to just go around, or just go in a holding pattern and dump, or burn, which would be a real headache trying to do that for 2 hours manually. Hard enough descending, getting in and descending, and lined up here, especially with the way we have these clouds. Not looking forward to that. As far as airliners, I would say I like this plane. I like the Boeing 737, 38. I enjoy the CRJ as well. CRJ 700, I fly that a lot. Love to be able to get under these clouds. I'd love to bleed this heat off.
Cabin crew, please take seats for landing.
Alright, so we don't have autopilot, but we still can get the ILS, the pink diamond coming up. So that'll hopefully guide us in. We're pretty low though.
Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Yeah, this is the tricky part. There's the diamond. Sucks because we can't even see either. We got a visual approach here. Those diamonds. We're on the right, we're on 6 right. Okay, landing gear down, auto brake 2, flaps 40. Or landing on the shorter runway too.
United 2820, when vacated contact ground 121.9.
When vacated contact ground 121.9, United 2820.
Alright, exiting at Gulf. Well, actually, we'll roll all the way to. We'll roll down to Juliet. Gives us right to the terminal.
United 2820, contact Hagåtña Tower 118.1.
118.1, United 2820. Hagåtña ground, United 2820, runway vacated with Juliet.
Thank you.
Hagåtña Tower, United 2820, request cross runway 06 left, 24 right.
Yeah, it couldn't have been a harder emergency landing either, could it? You know, trying to go through, you know, no visual until the last second. Well, lots of little issues. Should have aborted the flight a little bit earlier, possibly not even backed out of the gate once we knew the TCAS wasn't working.
121.9, United 2820.
Got to practice another landing.
United 2820, taxi to gate 14 via Juliet Kilo, hold short of runway 06
Cabin crew, please
right.
set doors to manual.
Taxi to gate 14 via Juliet Kilo, hold short of runway 06 left, 24 right, United 2820.
I think that's gate 14 right there where there's.
Hagåtña ground, United 2820, runway vacated with Juliet.
United 2820, continue taxi via Juliet.
Continue taxi via Juliet, United 2820.
Okay.
Hello, Captain.
Sorry, can I call you back?
No problem.
Right, parking brake set. APU generators on, APU bleed, isolation valve opened. Start selectors off. And cut off. Engine coming off. Hear them connecting. The ground connecting. Alright, and beacon light comes off.
Ground to
Anti-collision
cockpit.
Docks in place. Get ourselves ground power. Maintenance van. Laboratory.
Go ahead. Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please. Microphone check is 5 out of 5. Roger. Okay, Captain. Ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes. Roger.
Alright. Well, we're back. We made it. Maintenance van over here. Figure out what's wrong with this plane.
Reboarding requested.
Work on opening the doors. Seatbelt signs come off.
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Doors are opening. You are clear to begin deboarding.
Alright, so while that's happening, let's get a look at. You see here the
Ladies
everyone's
and gentlemen,
satisfaction.
I hope you
Everyone's
enjoyed
getting
your
off the
flight
plane
today,
nice
and
and
I'd like to
quick.
wish you a safe onward journey. We'll see you again soon. Thank you for flying with us.
Slightly negative, I mean, because all things considered. I mean, looks like people in economy are kind of a little ticked. Alright, so you can see we flew 76 minutes. Probably could have cut that down a little bit more, but it is what it is, isn't it? Alright, so once this gets finished, we'll be able to look at the flight report. Staying here, we negative 33 feet per minute, so we greased that landing. Kind of floated it. Take a look at Atlanta. First person to arrive at Guam, and you can see our flight plan, and we didn't get about a quarter. I mean, the first didn't even get to Fathom. We kind of turned around, back. Landing rate, yep, there. Hour 15-minute flight time. Again, could have cut that down by turning around earlier, but we'll have to try this flight again. Hopefully, have the same. I don't know exactly what went wrong. A few things I don't know if it's what it is, but that's the, and now, oh, there we go. But I think what happened was I accidentally hit the I did a line on this one, but then I didn't on this, and just wasn't a good IRS start, I think, which might have been the whole thing. Hoping it wasn't. Alright, so we can see here's our score out of 2040 points. I don't know how we got more.
Hello.
Usually it's out of like 1960 or something.
Everyone's offloaded.
Oh, we got a D. Poor flight.
Fantastic
But a good
landing,
landing
by the
on
way.
time
Much
arrival, I
appreciated.
suppose.
We aim to please.
If you need anything more, just give me a call.
Let's take a look at the flight report. You
Ground to
can find, get some
Go ahead.
loading cargo. Well,
Just a reminder, if you're using software to track your virtual airline flights, you might want to finalize your flight now if you haven't already done so. Roger.
password. And an error. Or an error. Earth. Okay. Lights. Kind of see what all the problems are. So we got a D. You can see the last few flights I've done. Yeah, satisfactory. Yeah, we get a decrease there. Descent, we were having some issues on that. Descent rate, G-forces, yeah. Landing. I don't understand this, why I get 75 out of 100. Your landing was good, if not a little bit firm. How much more? I mean, that's a little weird. Negative 33 is actually a little... maybe it goes by the G's, I don't know. We didn't crash the aircraft, so that's nice. Airspeed restrictions, we had some issues with that. Startup and ground power disconnection. We do very great communication there. Toilets were not locked during approach. I could have sworn I locked all the toilets. Cabin crew did not have enough time to secure. I notified of descent. Some of these announcement things I'm still getting better at, and obviously we were just trying to get around because it was getting a little difficult to trying to trim out. This is a little inaccurate. We didn't actually go to the Marshall Islands, but yeah, not great. So there you go. That was our attempt at World Tour Flight 261. I'm not sure how I'm going to change the numbers again. I don't know how I numbered things, because we've had another flight where we kind of did a kind of an emergency landing and stuff, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Thanks for coming along on the flight. We made it. We survived. That was an experience. So now my screen's all gonna be kind of wrong here. Second. Fix it. Technically, the next stream is gonna be this flight again. I have to adjust that. All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming on the flight. Hope you enjoyed the kind of emergency situation there. That was not planned, which makes it more emergency situation. Next stream will be, not sure. I'm working for the rest of the week, Tuesday through Saturday, and don't have my schedule for the next week. But just keep an eye out on YouTube. I'll try to get it up on Twitch as well, what the next scheduled stream will be. We'll be trying to do this flight again, and hopefully won't have any issues with the TCAS fail, with an IRS issue, and with the autopilot not working. So until then, happy flying, take care, don't crash the plane, and if you get in an emergency situation, just breathe and try to keep that plane from going into the side of a mountain.